Well, it's pretty close.
Hi, today we're just having a short interview with Maungganui cluster schools today, and this is Liz from the Mount Primary, and this is Brett from the Mount Intermediate, and the Maz from the Mount College. So I'm going to ask quite a few questions about what's the best point about choosing a Mount schools today. Yeah, and yeah, would you be able to explain about what's the benefit of choosing a Mount sort of school, primaries or intermediate or college? Yeah.
So I think in Mount Maunganui, as opposed to Tauranga, we are a small collective family along the coastal strip area. I see the mums drop their children off at school and then head to one of the two beautiful golf courses that are within close proximity to our schooling environment.
Our neighbours.
Exactly, our neighbours. The schools are close together, so if you have a child who's attending the primary school, the intermediate or the high school, that's easy for the mum, and there's close positive links between the schools for the educational advancement of their children.
Yeah, I think that Mount Maunganui is a city within a city, so it's very self-contained. We have lots of really cool attractions there. We have the beauty of the Mount Maunganui itself. We have 16 kilometers of beach.
One of the major shopping centres.
Yeah, we have the largest shopping centre in the Bay of Plenty, and we are all only hundreds of metres apart effectively, so people find that everything is in the one place, and I think that our Korean families really love the fact that no matter where you live in the mount, you're no more than maybe 500, 600 metres from the beach, so there's lots of opportunities for them to both study and also enjoy the lifestyle.
Lifestyle at the Mount is very beachy. We are the closest to the beach. We offer surfing, which is world famous in our area, along with the shopping. Mount Maunganui from our school per se is in walking distance, and I know from Mount College it probably is too, to the main mall, which is nice and big too. But the education that the three schools, we pathway to each one, the education that the students get is world class.
I think that in Korean terms, we are the Hyundai to Busan.
Oh yeah, it's a very good comparison.
And if you go to Busan, where do you want to spend your time? Hyundai. Well, that's Mount Maunganui to Tauranga.
Yeah, actually Mount Maunganui looks like sort of a Hyundai beach in Busan as well. So a lot of teachers were sort of really raving about that, Busan, that beach area actually. The student, the new international student, coming with a very low limited English, how do they cope, or how do you manage with in order to improve their English?
So we offer buddies. So when the students first arrive and they are orientated through the school tours, we have ambassador families that come on board to help the mums as well, but the children are buddied up in the class so that they're not alone at all, and then with their English we find that being in the classroom they learn very quickly, but they also are withdrawn for ESOL lessons, English second language lessons, which they get 4 times a week every day for at least half an hour to 45 minutes, and we find that they progress very, very quickly with their English learning.
Also, you guys have a one international student in one class policy as well.
Look, I think that we are all very familiar with the fact that when the children arrive coming from Korea, that many of them it's very new and they lack confidence in their English and they struggle to understand. So we all of our schools, we have strong orientation policies. We have a lot of support that we wrap around the children, and not just the children, and their mums as well. And so together we really treat we don't treat all of the students and the mums in the Mount as just one school. We work really closely together and treat them support them as a community. And so all of our schools have a lot of support specifically for the children that are new arrivals, and we know that there's a lot of things that they have to learn to cope with, and so we want to really help them with that.
And the thing I would add, once they get to high school, we have a specialist academic dean who works with the students and their parents, because we know that university entrance is quite often a priority, and there are many different pathways through the New Zealand education system for university entrance to be achieved. So we will identify through that specialist staff member what their strengths are to give them the best possible chance of progressing through to that university entrance goal, so that they can then continue on with their study in New Zealand or also in another country.
I think it's a very close community, so I have families where one of the children is studying with me, but their younger brother or sister is studying with Liz, and maybe their older brother and sister is studying with Maz. So it's a community.
That's right. This is a fantastic system for the big family coming over here, sending our students to different schools, but they're so close. So it's very convenient for the family like that.
Yeah, and we communicate a lot.
We collaborate a lot.
Yes,
so,
right. What do you think about the next year? What do you expect about what's going to happen in New Zealand?
We are hopeful. We remain hopeful.
We remain hopeful, and we remain committed, and we remain ready to receive students. Personally, we will look to grow slowly. We want to give students that choose to come to New Zealand and their families the best possible experience, and we're not prepared to compromise on what we deliver and what we see as a really great product, a great authentic experience of living in an English speaking country, and also the academic elements for the children. So in terms of what I expect to happen is that we're still here, we're still committed, we're still ready, the schools are ready to receive families and their children, but we're really conscious of making sure that we're delivering a high quality product.
Yeah, I think that you know, like all of the world, we've all had to cope with COVID over the past year, but I think that when the borders reopen and Korean students are able to come back to the school, they are not going to see any difference to what the students would see who are studying with us right now. They're still going to have the same level of support. The teachers and the students are still going to be as welcoming, and the experience that they have is going to be the same one that the students are enjoying now.
I think the other key thing I would add is, and I'm sure I speak for all three of us, is the experience that we have in working with the Korean Times and knowing that families are so well supported in integrating into New Zealand life. And you know, we have some strange customs and unusual things that we do, but we know that we have your support to also help the families and at school as well.
Oh, thanks so much. I was actually going to ask that question. You already answered it.
No,
That's great.
We couldn't do what we do
without you.
knowing that the support from you.
Oh, thanks a lot.
No, because it takes a village.
It does.
So
it's working together.
It's all of us working together that makes the experience for our Korean students, our young